welcome to the show. I'm standing here in the studio in Poughkeepsie, New York, and we've got another great show for you, Poughkeepsie Live. In the studio tonight, we have Bobby Ray Bishop, and we have Rich Milite. He's going to be playing some blues for us this evening, and we also are going to talk to Sarah Coombs, and she's coming to us from Tri-Arts, so we'll be able to talk to her and see what's happening over there at Sharon, Connecticut. Let's hear a little of the blues.
Times is hard, baby, and the hustle's really on. Yeah, times is hard, baby, and the hustle's really on. Prices are high, darling, all the good jobs are gone. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, baby, things ain't what they used to be. Yeah, sorry to say, baby, things ain't what they used to be. Get you a job, darling, tired of you worrying me. Well, you had a lot of money, but you never saved a dime. Yeah, you had a lot of money, but you never saved a dime. You'll have saved yours, mama, ain't no fault of mine. Money, but you never saved a dime. Yeah, you had a lot of money, honey, but you never saved a dime. You'd have saved yours, mama, ain't no fault of mine. Well, times is hard, baby, and the hustle's really on. Yeah, times is hard, baby, and the hustle's really on. Prices are high, darling, all the good jobs are gone. Take it on.
One more time.
Thank you.
Enough with the technical difficulties. Ready?
rhythm in my kitchen. She's sweet as any song. Turn the burners up high in my kitchen. Grease my pans with olive oil. She turn the burners up high in my kitchen. Grease my pans with olive oil. Then she turn around and kiss me. Man, my blood began to boil. Kitchen. Man, she really take her time. She cooked my bacon in my kitchen. Over easy one more time. When you hear my bacon sizzling, man, you know I'm doing fine. She's good in my kitchen. She can cook all night long. She look good in my kitchen. She cook all night long. Watch her rhythm in my kitchen. She's as sweet as any song.
to be talking to harp and singer Richie Milite right up after the break.
Yeah. Feel how that tingles and tickles? That's it. That's the foundation of the sound right there. It's just all like working with that, nice control. Yeah, it's really you gotta get comfortable with the buzz first. And don't blow so hard, you were just trying to blast it. It's very easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like riding a bike. Once you get balance, you can start doing tricks, but until you get really comfortable with balancing that bicycle, then you want to just stick with keeping balance so you don't fall down.
The person who started this festival is Howard Randall. That's my partner. And he'd had some success with a different kind of acoustic music, a bluegrass festival. He wanted to have some sort of fundraising concert for his chapter of the Masons, and he heard bluegrass music for the first time, put the two together, and decided to try a bluegrass festival. And that's over 20 years ago now, a festival called Winterhawk that became pretty successful. So he decided to have a folk music festival. He'd already been doing a bluegrass festival right across the border here in North Egremont, Massachusetts, at the Catamount ski area. And of course the ski area is, there's lots of real estate there, but it's on a 90-degree angle. You can't really pitch your tent and camp for the weekends. So that necessitated a move, and he happened to know someone from his childhood who had a farm in the area, Mr. Brennan, whose cart we're standing in front of. Mr. Brennan, who's a cart builder and horse whisperer of repute in the area, and has this lovely large farm. And that's been a relationship made in heaven, and we've been here since 1990.
It's not supposed to be like this. The rat race kind of stinks. There's supposed to be some time to kill. There's supposed to be some peace. I got a wife and kids in town, and all their names I know. But I'm just here to pay their bills and hold the status quo. How much don't last me? I just work here, can't you see? How much do when I own so? I just work here, I don't know.
Patrons said, this is not really a festival, it's a concert, and we would love it if it was a festival, so that means we need to be able to camp. At the first festivals, they started on Friday, a couple thousand people, and the area that's right behind us, which is now called lower camping, was all of camping, because even though there's lots of other property on this farm that we're now using, there weren't enough people, hardly anybody. There might be one tent, where there's now, 1,000 tents. There's people camping over the stages. We call that hillside camping. There's people that prefer to be in this flat area that's close to the stages. And then there's an area that you can't see, and you need to take the bus up there to upper camping. And a lot of people love it up there because it's very spacious and beautiful at night. Become more than the music, it's really a community. A lot of people tell me, which is very flattering, that they come here every year. It's the most important weekend of their whole year. They've been camping in the same spot for 6 years since their kid was 6 and their neighbor's kid was 6, and they may only see that other family this weekend because they're coming from, halfway across the country. Performers are the type types of performers that they write music and they sing music and they communicate things that are very important in our lives and that people connect to and they take with them all the time. They create the kind of art that's not just commercial. It matters to people in their lives and helps people in their lives. And
And you're watching Poughkeepsie Live on Time Warner Cable.
You want some?
Come and get it.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I am sitting here with Richie Milite. Thank you so much for joining us, baby.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So what's the news? What's happening? What have you guys been up to?
Well, we've been doing some gigs, and we've also we just made a new record, North, South, East, West,
Okay.
and that came out very well. We had worked on that over a period of probably over a year by the time from its inception to its completion. But Bobby Ray met Junior Watson at a gig, and that's kind of how it started. He used to come to the studio and
Cool.
play on a few songs. So we did a few takes with him. And the next thing we had Gary Krimish in town, so he played a little on, and Mark Hummel, and this new kid from Canada, J.W. Jones, really great upcoming guitar player. He's playing all over the world now. And we put, with our band, our core band, and some of these alumni, we put together, I think, really good blues record.
That's cool. So how long did it take you to put that together?
Well, I don't have the exact dates, but
Yeah,
I'd say
no.
it was over a year, because we
Wow.
would wait for them to come in town, and we'd lay down a few tracks, and we'd
Yeah.
get to mix them, then we'd go back and do some more, and we put a few originals on there, and some arrangements of some classic, the masters of the blues, the Chicago era, and
Okay.
Muddy Waters type stuff, and
So who wrote the
Butterfield.
originals?
Excuse
that are-
me?
The originals on it. Who wrote the originals on it?
Well, I wrote two of them. Me and Bobby Ray wrote one.
Okay.
And, I wrote the lyrics to them, and, I don't write music per se. I kind of have an idea or a groove I want, and I may sing it, and then I'll have the band work some stuff out, and that's how we kind of came up with some arrangements. J.W. Jones did a nice arrangement on the song "Thorn in My Side" that's on the record,
Okay.
and we also have Mark Hummel playing on the original "Don't Call Me," and Gary Primish played on the song we just performed, "Good in My Kitchen." On the record, we have Gary Primish on that, and
Okay.
also a few other players.
What does Gary play?
He's a harp player, excellent harp player
Okay.
from Texas.
So you had to
area.
sit on by the side.
Well, I sang, and we went in there kind of off the cuff and said, let's do this song we just wrote.
Yeah.
And so it was me, Bobby Ray, and Gary Primish standing there, and I just started singing, and they started playing, and we put it on, tape, and then the next thing we dubbed in some other instruments, and it really came out unique. Nice kind of feel to it.
Well, all right.
Down the bottom,
All right. Now you guys are actually playing the Heritage Music Festival that's
Yeah,
coming up?
this Saturday. That's an all-day affair from, I think it starts around noon till whenever. And then, in fact, Friday night they have a jam. A lot of people go up camp up there. And Saturday we're hoping for good weather because it's a nice family event, and there's a lot of blues, and there's also some other music, some Zydeco and some rockabilly. There's a mixture, but there's going to be a lot of good blues, and it should be a nice day.
And that's all I believe it is to benefit the historic site right there, the Claremont Historical
I
Site.
think so. I mean, it's a beautiful site, Claremont State Park, and they've been doing this, I guess, for a few years. I've played at it. We were fortunate. We played last year, and we were invited back this year again. So.
Well, that's always good.
Yes.
You're welcome. They didn't pull up the mat when you're coming on back.
No, that's surprising.
That's cool. Excellent. Now, will you be bringing your current lineup with you, or who's coming?
Yeah, our core band would be me, Bobby Ray Bishop, Jimmy Eppert, Steve DiGiovanni.
Yeah, you got that right.
And But our festival band now will add Mike Torson on Hammond and keyboards, and Ian Bannon on sax, and Chris DeFrancesco on sax. So
Okay,
that's our
good.
that's our big band.
That's
big,
sweet.
nice.
Nice full horn
Oh,
section.
yeah,
That's all
it's
right.
a real, very full sound and a lot of energy in that band.
That's
yeah.
cool. Very good stuff. Well, why don't we actually let people know where that's going to be? I'm going to read the information for everybody. Now, on Saturday, July 31st, from noon to 9, is going to be the Heritage Musical Festival, and that's at the Claremont State Historic Site in Germantown, New York. If you want any more information about this, you can always check out the website, www.bobbyrayBishop.com. And for bookings for these guys, you can always hook up in area code 914-453-0044. Now, how did the blues become your mainstay musically? How did that really happen for you?
I think I was just always a down and out kid, and it just came natural to me. But I grew up with some friends who were into the blues, and I started listening to Sonny Boy, Little Walter, Howlin' Wolf, Paul Butterfield, one of the great white players, man. I just still love him. And I don't know, when I heard that music, something about the harmonica I just had a real good feeling about the sound of a harp. Like, I remember listening to some of Butterfield, and he'd just lay on one note, and I would feel it, like, inside me. I said, man, I just always wanted to do it. I always wanted to sing, and I took a shot and started doing it, and,
that's cool.
I'm having a good time doing it.
That's all that matters, right,
Fun,
baby?
ain't it?
So who would you suggest young folks listen to? Are there any new up-and-comings or some of the old-school folks?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of great guys available. I got the guys on our record. I need Mark Hummel stuff, Gary Primish, and there's a lot of stuff Junior Watson did with William Clark stuff.
Yeah.
Rob Piazza, there's some of that, and any of the classic stuff, especially Sonny Boy, Howlin' Wolf, Little Walter. That's a must to listen to that.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of good plays, and it's good to keep the music going.
Cool. Awesome. Well, all right. Well,
There was one other thing I wanted to say. I forgot
Okay,
about
sure.
the record is available on cdbaby.com.
That's cool.
Or you can go to bobbyrayBishop.com, the website, and order this record, or see our
Absolutely.
upcoming dates as well.
Yeah.
And band photos and paraphernalia,
Swag market.
Bobby Ray shirts and stuff like that.
Exactly. Okay, well, hang tight. We're going to come back and we're going to talk to Sarah Combs, and she's from Tri-Arts out in Sharon, Connecticut. So stay tuned for a little bit more of you and Bobby Ray Bishop tearing it up right here in the studio.
You ready? Are you?
Do I look like I need to be inspired?
Actually, you do. If there's actually a way to start over, I'd do it. I really would.
Just once. I want to get to know someone before I sleep with them.
That is so not fair.
is bringing you more boxing than ever before. With more fights than any other premium network, Showtime brings you the champions of today and tomorrow. It's the best 1-2 punch in boxing. Showtime, America's #1 boxing network.
Hi, we're the Tierney Sutton Band, and you're watching Poughkeepsie Live on Time Warner Cable.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm sitting here with Sarah Combs. Thank you so much for joining us here
Thanks
in
for
the
having
studio.
me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you came to us from TriArts. Why don't you tell us a little bit about TriArts and how it all got started?
Well, TriArts actually started in 1990 in a tent in a field in Pine Plains, New York. And it was a group of people that some of them were weekenders that were professional actors and directors in the city. And they found that there was a need for a professional, semi-professional company. So they started out in a field and they erected a tent, and we did Annie Get Your Gun, complete with a Wild West show ahead of time. And then it moved on to do, we did Barnum in a tent with an elephant and a horse, and it got to be too difficult to build a theater every summer in a tent. So TriArts then moved to the Thomas Carvel Theater, which was a warehouse along in Pine Plains as well. And Tom Carvel of ice cream fame had a building that they let us put a theater in. And we were there for 8 or 9 years. And then 5 years ago, TriArts moved over to the Sharon Playhouse, which is a historical theater that has had many different companies that have been housed at the Playhouse since the turn of the century.
Okay.
So,
all right. So what does TriArts offer the community?
well, in the summer, it's a summer stock theater that offers full-scale Broadway musicals, concerts, and in the fall through the spring, in the off-season, we have workshops and classes in theater and acting and musical theater, dance. We also have concerts in a second space that we have, and we have a new work series where we present new plays and musicals. And I think it's a wonderful place for people in the community to see live professional theater and concerts, and it's a great destination for the summer to go to.
Well, that's good. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about what's happening this summer. But first, we know that there's bound to be some very talented people on staff over there. Why don't you give us a little lowdown on who's over there?
Well, Michael Berkeley is our artistic director, and Michael actually was the original musical director of Annie Get Your Gun that I just talked about.
Right.
And so Michael has been with TriArts since its inception. I've actually known Michael myself for 20 years.
Okay.
And he's a wonderfully talented musical director, but also he's a composer and lyricist. So over the years, TriArts has also done some of Michael's original works. He's written a wonderful show that is still being tried out, and he's rewriting a Rip Van Winkle about the Hudson Valley, obviously.
Oh, neat.
And he's written several children's theater pieces, one called Imagine That, which is to inspire children to not watch TV, but to use your imagination.
Sure.
And another show called Off the Wall, and those have been presented at TriArts as well. So Michael's a very multi-talented guy and the current artistic director of TriArts. Pamela Chasson is our executive director, who came on board to TriArts actually as a volunteer when her children got involved in actually one of the shows that Michael wrote. And is very talented and sort of keeps everybody in line, because it's a very tough job being an executive director. So we're really lucky to have her.
That's good. Awesome. Okay. Now, you also have some interns.
Yes, we have an intern program, which I'm very proud of myself. We have interns that come to us from all over the country. Most of the time they are currently in college, maybe majoring in theater. But we have interns in stage management, in costume, in scenic design and lighting design. And this summer we have students, interns that are from Texas, Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa. So they come to us from all over. We have a small dormitory on our complex near the theater, and so they live on site, and they work
the whole summer they spend with us, and it's a training program as well as being really involved in the day in and day out
of something that they actually love and they want to do.
And they do. They come to us just hungry to be involved in theater, and it's just a joy to meet the new crop that comes in every summer.
So what do they get to work on this summer? What are your big shows that are coming up?
Well, we started out with Cabaret, and then we just finished a production of Footloose. But coming up, opening a week from tonight, is Hello, Dolly.
Okay.
So Jerry Herman's wonderful score of Hello, Dolly, big show. So that's that opens a week from tonight and runs for 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then after that, we have our regular Diva series.
Okay.
And this summer, we have Divas Do Nashville. So it's Nashville comes to Sharon Playhouse.
Okay,
so
cool.
It's a chance for all the divas to shine.
Nice.
So it's big hits and big hair.
Okay.
And big country tunes.
Okay, so now as far as the people actually act in these, now where are these actors from?
We have a combination of people that perform with Tri-Arts. We use members of Actors Equity from New York City and professional actors. And then we also use people from the community. We have so many talented people in the tri-state area that they also join us in all of our shows.
Okay.
So it's really a combination.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
Now you also have something on you have a gallery, the Bach Gallery.
The Bach Gallery is a new addition to our complex. It actually was the site of the original Sharon Playhouse, which had been built around the turn of the last century. And that we unfortunately had to tear down, but we built the new Bach Gallery, and actually opened last fall, and it's on the original site of the Sharon Playhouse. And it actually looks like a barn, which is what the Sharon Playhouse did look like. And we use it as rehearsal space. It's also a second theater performing space, which we are now using in the off-season, which would be the fall through the spring. And we use that for concerts and staged readings. And we have workshops and classes there, and it has year-round offices.
Ah, nice.
So.
A nice new home for you guys.
Right.
That's great. So what kind of workshops and special events do you have? Do you have anything coming up?
Yes, in the fall, we always have a series of classes in acting. We have tap dancing and musical theater. We have workshops and classes in how to audition. And so those are our ongoing class and workshops. Then we have concerts where we have singers come in. In the past, we've had the wonderful Michael Brown concert and Joyce Lyons. We've had stage readings of plays.
Great stuff.
And yeah, we also have a new work series, which are brand new plays and musicals that are being tried out in the Bach Gallery. Audience.
For future?
Yeah. For possible future
for the big
performances.
stage.
Yeah.
That's cool. Great.
It gives them a chance to try out their work.
Okay. Well, why don't we actually let the folks know where the information can be found. Now, you've got a website.
Yes.
And that's www.triarts.net.
Right.
Okay. And it's pretty just straightforward. No dash in there, folks. Hello, Dolly will be August 5th through the 22nd. And again, that's at the Tri-Arts in Sharon, Connecticut. And as well will be Divas Do Nashville. That's groovy, kind of like a country style thing. And that'll be August 28th through 29th, right there at Sharon, Connecticut. Now, how do we get there?
Well, if you just take Route 44 all the way through Millbrook, it comes out into Amenia, New York, and then if you go straight through the light in Amenia, it's literally 3 miles, 3 minutes from the New York border. So we're quite close. I myself live in LaGrange, and it takes me about 35 minutes. So I drive it every day, but it's a beautiful scenic drive, and it's not that far.
That's good. And why don't we actually let the folks know the phone number, too, for tickets and whatnot.
Tickets, you can call our box office, which is 860-364-SHOW.
Okay. That's great stuff. Well, good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We really
Thank
appreciate
you for having
coming.
me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, folks, go check it out on the website, www.triarts.net. See what's going on over there. It'll be groovy stuff. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be right back with Bobby Ray Bishop and Rich Milite coming up after the break.
one time I was taking my instruments to the schools and demonstrating to the students how an instrument is made, you know, and so I'd have to take quite a few instruments or quite a few big pieces, you know, especially for the guitar, you'd have to take the sides and you have to take the top and bottom and so on and so forth. So what I did was I kind of made a miniature setup so that I can, for explanation purposes, I can show it to the kids.
Could you believe this?
So what I have is here is a miniature guitar to scale. You know, of course the strings on is just you know, thread. You know, but the instrument itself, if you could play it, it would be right to scale.
Oh God, it's beautiful.
And of course you got the back. You know, that's all to scale. And then of course I made a little case for it to scale too, so that show the kids that you got something that guitar is going to set in. You can't have a case without rather a guitar without the case.
Of course.
And of course now here's a breakdown on how the instrument is made. See, this is a guitar form. So what you do is you bend your sides, like I explained with the way we did the mandolin. You bend that to fit the curve of the form. And then, of course, with a special brace that I have that goes in between, that holds the sides up against the wall of the form. See, so once you got that all fitted in nice and snug, and what we do is the next process would be to put that set that in there. And the next step would be to put a block in here and a block in here. Is what we call the forward block and the rear block. The rear block naturally ties both sections together, and the front ties the front together. The next step would be to put the kerfing, what we call kerfing. You put that around the edges here on the inside, for the top and bottom. Those are for gluing the top and the back so that they have a good gluing surface.
Right.
Otherwise, if you just depended on the thickness of the sides, you wouldn't have any strength there. So you have to have a good gluing surface, and that's where the kerfing comes in. You put the kerfing in, and so that you'd have a good,
So when you put the back and the front up.
yeah. So then after that, once that's in place, now I can take that out of the form.
Right.
See, and now I can work freely with the sides out of the form. The next step would be to make the neck.
Right, which is right here.
Right. So what I go ahead and then I get the wood and I make up my main block, and it's just a solid block with my pieces in between for strength. You know, that gives it strength. It adds a little bit of cosmetics and also for strength.
And you carve the neck from that.
And I carve the neck from that. That's right. So now I'll get the neck carved to its rough stages like that. You know. And of course, this is dovetailed going to be dovetailed into the block.
Right.
So what I do then is I got the dovetail put into that, and I also have a dovetail cut into the guitar part, which is going to fit. That way. See.
Wow.
So now, after I got that step, the next step I do is to finish off the neck, and we have this part here. Now there's the neck all finished off. Same thing, only in miniature size, and it fits right into the dovetail, that way. See, and of course now we can go ahead and make the top or the back. It's going to be glued in place that way. That's going to be glued. You got this glued in place, and then of course the back is made with the braces behind it too, and you got that glued in place like that. These would be all glued in place,
and of course to match the neck lines
right.
as well.
So now we got that. After we got that all glued together, we're ready to put the fingerboard on. Some guitar makers put the fingerboard on before, or some after, you know. But in my case, I'll put it on after I got the fingerboard already fretted and made. I'll set that right on that way, like that. See? And that's glued in place. And you got to make sure it's all in line and the proper angle on. We cut the slots in it, and they're all measured off. I have some templates made, you know, to cut that off for the slots. And of course, then you put your frets in, you put your position marks in, you put your binding around that, and now you got that neck made. Now we have a 24.5-inch scale, which means that we're measuring from this point here to this point here that gives us our scale, which is 24.5 inches. But from the 12th fret forward and the 12th fret back should be half of that 24.5 inch scale. That would be what they call, would be perfect. But because of the string tension and different thicknesses of the strings, we have light gauge, medium gauge, and whatever they got today. They got 100 gauges today, you know. It's not like years ago. You had light gauge and heavy gauge, you know. But today you had light, medium, heavy, and in between. So anyway, because of the string tension on the neck, there's always that stretching of that string. Even though minute as it is, it's still going to differ. Right. So because of that, we have to increase the distance from here to the 12th fret, maybe like a 32nd of an inch, you know, and that's not really much. But that's because of that tension down on the string.
And then that's basically it. You put the final...
and then you put the final touches on. We got a little pick guard here that we make, and you glue that in place, you know.
Wow, and then there's your guitar.
Yeah, then of course you drill your holes for your machine heads, you know, and
it looks like this, right?
Then when you're finished, that's what it looks going to look like.
There it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
And we have for you Richie and Bobby. You're going to play some more blues for us.
She got money. Morning when the sun come up, you best sit and drink from your loving cup. Won't you tell me, baby, what can I do? I wanna taste of your loving cup too. Baby, I wanna drink from that loving cup too. You don't comb your hair, baby, you don't mend your clothes. What else you gonna do, honey, nobody knows. Won't you tell me, somebody, what can I do? I wanna drink in your loving cup too. Baby, I wanna drink from that loving cup too. You should be downtown, baby, making lots of money. Still you walk around the streets, honey, acting funny. Won't you tell me, baby, what can I do? I wanna drink in your loving cup too. Baby, I wanna taste of that loving cup too. But you told me, baby, I could have a taste. Now you let all that sweet love go to waste. Won't you tell me, baby, what can I do? Oh, I wanna taste your loving cup too. Baby, I wanna taste of that loving cup too. Just give me a taste of that loving cup too. Baby, I wanna drink from your loving cup too. Just give me a taste of that loving cup too.
All right, boys.
Oh, you loving, I miss loving. Oh, your kisses, I miss kissing. Oh, you loving, I miss loving. All your kisses, I miss kissing. Before I met you, baby, I never knew what I was missing. Oh, your love, pretty baby, what I got in store for you. Oh, my loving, pretty baby, what I got in store for you. When I say I love you, baby, you gotta say you love me too. Hey! in store for you. Oh, my loving pretty baby, what I got in store for you. When I say I love you, baby, you gotta say you love me too. Oh, you love me pretty baby. 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 Before I met you, baby, I never knew what I was missing. Say you love me too.
Many thanks to the guys. Awesome. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, Bobby. And many thanks to Steve as well as Jimmy for playing some beautiful music for us. You can check them out Saturday, July 31st. They're going to be playing noon to 9, somewhere in there, at the Claremont State Historic Site, Germantown, New York. Check them out on the web, www.bobbyrayBishop.com. Bookings, 914-453-0044. There you go. That's the guys. You got to hook up with their new CD that just came out. They're a lot of fun. Go check them out. Let's listen to just a little bit more of the Bobby and the Boys.
Used to love me, you said I was your desire. You acted strange lately, trying to drive my love away. I'm cutting out, baby, 'cause I'm going back up the line. I'll stay another day, you're gonna drive me out of my mind. Took me from my home, I was nothing but a child. You made all kinds of promises, I know it was a bunch of jive. I'm cutting out, baby, 'cause I'm going back up the line. If I stay another day, you're gonna drive me out of my mind. is at the station. I'm all packed to go. There ain't no need to worry, 'cause I won't be back no more. I'm cutting out, baby. 'Cause I'm going back up the line. If I stay another day, you're gonna drive me out of my mind.
Hospice as a group are really wonderful, concerned people who come in.